Hey everyone, this is Dr. Smith from Smith Chiropractic. I'm an 11-year chiropractor, and I want to talk to you about what a adjustment is. And I know this is a common confusion for a lot of people. They don't understand what chiropractic is. Now, chiropractors can do a lot of different things besides just chiropractic, and I utilize that because you're really not effectively treating everything as a chiropractor or a physician or a healthcare provider when you only focus on the one thing and you don't at least manage and set the patient up for success, because it's never one thing, guys. It's never one thing. You can't just tell me that there is, everybody wants to do the simple fixes. Remember, everybody wants simple, so you always want the Tylenol because it's simple, that's it. But the problem is it's not one thing. It's a multitude of things. You get a bunch of muscles attaching to a single joint a lot of times, and that tends to be the problem. It's the muscles. So if the muscles are tight, they're going to put pressure on that joint, and that joint is not going to be able to be moved as easily because there's joint pressure there with gas. Same thing with water. If you have a bunch of water in your knee, it's not going to work correctly. If you have a bunch of gas pressure in your joints in your spine, and you got a lot of them, guys, there's a lot of them. There's like sometimes 6 segments and joints per thoracic because you got rib heads and everything else. So when you get a rib head out, and I know that's a common confusion because nothing really goes out, it just gets pressurized and it doesn't move correctly. That's a problem. So remember, the muscles are the problem, and I can do a quick fix and mobilize it and create a chemical reaction where I decompress the joint, because when I do that fast stretch, there's a chemical reaction that creates a bubble of gas through nitrogen, oxygen, and carbon dioxide, and it pops. And then the joint resets, and it's a lot easier to mobilize for the muscle. And that's why you feel looser after the adjustment. That's it. So you feel looser, and that is your muscles relaxing. You have more muscles to recruit. That's the lighter feeling. So in summary, that's what I'm doing. I'm a quick fix and a hack to mobilize some stuff. That's not the end of the story, guys. You got to work on the muscles, and that's where I preach. You got to do some muscle stuff, and I set you up for success on the education and everything else. So if you're ever wondering what chiropractic is, don't get confused with things out of alignment. That's more of a, I know why you're saying that. It's more of a biomechanical term. I like it, but I don't like it because the imagery it creates, and I'm all about images. So I have ADD, and I'm a very spatially aware person. That's why I communicate the way I do. I really harp on words because words create images. And if you have the wrong image, you have the wrong concept in your head, and you can't make sense of your own health, right? So I'm big on the words and making sure that you understand exactly what is being pictured in your head so you understand how things are working. So if you ever hear me correct a few things when people come in and they're saying, hey, something's out of alignment or anything else, I just say it's not alignment, it's stuck. So stuck and something that is not mobilized to the best of its ability creates another image, and then you work on that condition differently because you know the fixes differently, because you know that you have to loosen things up. It's not a gear that you have to put back in place. That's my job to put it back in place. It's just not mobilized. And there's a lot of ways to get there. I just happen to have a great tool that I'm trained in that I can effectively mobilize things in a very quick time. But that doesn't mean that's the end of the story. There's a lot of soft tissue. So if you're ever wondering what chiropractic is, that's it in pretty much a nutshell. Take care, guys.